So, what is kind of the most commonly known brand that people have known for thousands of years? These brands have been influential in terms of dictating how people live their lives, how they believe, and what they think about, and really driving a lot of their actions. And these brands are actually religion. All the different religions that have existed from thousands of years have all implemented some sort of 10 key elements, and we've decided to kind of repackage these for musicians and artists. This is actually coming from Lyle, who's reading an awesome book that he's going to share about that kind of really drove us to start thinking about how this could apply to artists.
Yeah, so I was reading a book called Small Data by the marketing consultant Martin Lyndhurst. In the book, he mentions these 10 elements that religion use that other major brands use as well, or pick and choose pieces of them to use in order to give their brands influence.
Creating a sense of community, basically creating a sense of belonging and community building. So when you're actually taking the time to deliver the values of what your brand stands for, you want to have something that people can all collectively agree upon on, and then also share a similar interest and be able to identify and say, I'm a part of that group of people.
Every brand has a story to tell. The reason storytelling stands out so much is it's the way humans have communicated throughout history, and it really allows information to sit in a person's brain and memory for a long time.
So you want to make sure that you have something that people can have as a habit to be a part of that community, but also that signifies that they are involved in your brand and what you do. So every time that they interact with you in person or they interact with somebody else from the brand, they can always really kind of signify that they're a part of it.
Next element is symbols. Symbols are icons that trigger the memory and get people to know immediately what the brand is. They have an element that relates back to the brand. Biggest symbol we all know is McDonald's. You see McDonald's, you know exactly what you're getting and what the experience is going to be.
You want to define your values, what your culture stands for of the brand, what kind of the goals of the community are moving forward. That way people know what kind of the roadmap is, and then also they can make you can tell a better story about it based on the beginning, middle, and end of where you're heading to.
To make it simple, it's adding elements that engage your senses and stimulate your senses to the creative experience. With music or art, you're already stimulating people either sonically or visually. Figure out how you can stimulate their other senses at the same time, whether it's taste, touch, or smell.
There's significant power in having enemies, or at least an antagonist that you can associate against your brand, or at least for people that are a part of the community can compare it to. This will always help you drive drive yourself and what you're doing up to the next level, and continue to learn from there.
So evangelists are your unpaid marketing force. Word of mouth is still the most effective marketing there is. People like to get recommendations from other people that they know. So build your community and then have your community go out and be evangelists to get people to your brand and to come into your community.
So mystery is another element. You want to make sure that not everything about your brand is extremely predictable, or everything that you do. You want to take the time to really understand what you want to reveal about your brand, because that'll just kind of generate excitement. There's excitement in the unknown for a lot of people.
You want to give people something to aspire to. You want to help them elevate themselves and feel like they're a part of something more.
Those are the 10 influential brand elements to really help you give a framework for how you can actually develop your brand from the ground up.